some associates gather on the stand. This trial's a circus, but I've got a plan. Not a grifter, still worse than Dan. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK and a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 Ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? Me be the diva, she's running the show. Chief Capone and Meg, yeah, everybody knows. Fact or fact, well, nobody knows. What the coin echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK and a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 Ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? What the coin echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle.
The rabbit's like, he's so drunk. He's like,
I'm back. I took a break. Took a break to say, see you, Betty. Hello, everyone. What's up? Happy Tuesday.
Cannonball.
Why not? Hello, Bad Dazzer. Taco Tuesday. I did it backwards. I had taco salad last night. I meant to have it today, but I had to shift some things, so that's what happened. What's up, Heidel? You know, Heidel, I was thinking, you kept saying like you were 2 hours north of me, but I sure felt like I was at the tippy top of Ohio. Like, and I couldn't go any further. And then when I saw the sign for Sandusky, I'm like, holy crap. Where am I? Happy Klondike Bar Day to you. If it's Heath flavored, it's my favorite. What's up, Snipe? How are you doing?
I just thought of the person that I know whose name is Heath, and I was like, Heath, that's gross. I'm like, what do you want? And then I was like, oh, the candy bar. My bad.
I don't want to eat Heath.
Me either. That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, I'm good. Like, I don't need to eat Heath. It's fine.
Oh man.
I do too. That flavor, not Heath, not himself. But yep, Sandusky is southeast of me. Yeah, I said like upper Sandusky. I'm like, there's an upper and a lower. Holy crap! I don't know, but if I'm by upper, no, that's too far north.
What? That didn't sound right.
I don't know. I didn't know. The sign was like Upper Sandusky. And I thought, if I'm going to Upper Sandusky, like, that sounds too far. I'd be in the lake. I feel like I'd be in one of the Great Lakes. But
if I'm anywhere that has the name Sandusky, send help immediately, because I'm not supposed to be there.
You would be where Cedar Point is. So you go on a roller coaster if you met the height requirements. And I don't know, since you've shrunk. You might not.
No, I don't go on roller coasters.
I don't anymore because I'm too. I don't anymore. I used to love them. Now I get nauseous because I'm old. The Legion of Super Gabby has reunited to cover a trial that will transcend the moon and stars. What?
That's a pretty good beginning of like a comic story, Flashman. You should write that. Very well said.
Yeah. Okay, well then I probably have been there then, because I've been to Cedar Point a couple times. What's up, Bray? Can't see who's here because my eyes are still blurry after eye appointment. Hated getting my eyes dilated. Hated it. She doesn't have to do that anymore. Oh, well, have a good time.
No, it was terrible. It already happened. I was blind. Oh. I was sitting in the parking lot for like hours.
I don't know. My eye doctor has something that she doesn't have to put the drops in. So I don't have to get my eyes dilated. She can see with whatever. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm like, that's fine, because sometimes my left eye doesn't, it will be the next day sometimes before it's still dilated. So I look weird. I look like I have Terminator over here and normal eye over here. So I'm perfectly fine with however she does it. It works, and I'm good.
Mm.
I'm a nerd, okay? That was taken from the Legion of Superheroes in DC Comics. Well,
No, I wasn't kidding. I
he
wasn't
said
kidding. That
come.
was really good.
He said of superheroes in DC come, and then Heidel.
Flash fan, you
That
set
was
yourself up for that one.
that was funny.
But I
Absolutely,
wasn't
whoever.
I wasn't joking though. I really liked the way that was said.
I don't know what you two are talking about, and I don't want to.
uh, what? Nope.
What?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Okay, you guys.
There.
You guys are all over the place over there in chat. Okay. Generally, you are anyway, and it's fine. It's entertaining. It makes me laugh. Probably at inappropriate times for the what we're actually watching, but it is what it is. Hello, got a mo. Have a great stream. Also, I just wanted to point out that I went an entire day without calling you. You did, and I was okay with that
Wow.
because I haven't felt great today, and I was pretty tired, so I wouldn't have been much conversation. What's up, Ash? How are you?
Ashinator.
Got any ragu?
Nope. You better cut that out right now, Ash. You better cut that out.
Hey, it said. You saw the words. I did not make
Well, not mine. Mine never said that. Mm-mm.
that. It
Nope.
said it. It was right on the TV. TVs never lie, just
Listen,
like the internet.
listen, I got a lot going on in the next year, so I got to
Yes,
keep
you
my
do.
feet in a row. I can't be worrying about that person's grandma, okay?
That is true. That is true.
I'm just trying to make it to
Hey,
41, all right?
you're trying to make it to 42, right?
Yeah.
So we're flying by 41. So that we're just hey, good thing you they gave you those muscle relaxers for your trying to turn into a superhero. Flashman, are you still talking about that? The actual saint is the Legion of Superheroes has reunited to fight injustice that will transcend the moon and stars in all timelines. All right, we're clear.
I mean,
What's up? What's up,
bravo.
Deidre?
That was
Yes.
good. Hey, Deidre.
So, okay, we're going to carry on. Today, I don't know what today's going to be like because we only have one witness. And I told you I skipped it. I flipped Kato Kalin, aka
Ew.
Kimberly, and Mr. Mark Bryant. I flipped their order around. So we're going to find out some more about bloody palm prints and fingerprints and what they could do in 2009 that maybe is not still true today. I don't know. I've learned some interesting things about fingerprints. I didn't know that identical twins didn't have the same fingerprints. That we found out at the
Either.
beginning of the trial. Hey, you be a nerd anytime you want to.
Flash fan, I'm a nerd. There's nothing wrong with being a nerd.
Me too. I'm a nerd
Everyone's
most
a
of the
nerd.
time.
We're all nerds.
So
We're just a box of candy, just shaking it up
that's
together.
right.
You know what I mean?
And nerds are great.
Nerds are
That's one of my
great.
favorite candy. Yes, witness dyslexia.
Is that a thing? Oh, no.
Well, it is too.
Never mind. I know what she's talking about now. I was like, wait, what? Wait, is this like a new thing? Do I have this? What is happening?
It is
Okay.
today. It
You
is
know what?
today. Yes, that's right,
Today's like
Deidre.
Monday for my brain, for goodness sake.
It's going to it's gonna work. Kato Kalin, wrong trial. Flashman, the witness yesterday, we were trying to figure. I said, well, I can't even tell you because you're too young to even know the band. So I said it looked like a lead singer from one of the 80s hair bands. Zach said it looked like Mick Jagger when he looked better, which I don't know when
A
that
little
was.
bit. She kind of did a little bit, though. Yeah.
She did. Who'd you say? You said somebody. Oh my gosh, my stomach's being loud again. I don't remember who you said. I don't remember. But anyway, Deidre said that she looked like Kato Kalin, and she did.
She does. She does look like.
Yes, she did. And then she came on and had a super deep voice.
Yeah.
They found 2 pipe boom booms by the bank, raided the person's house, and found several more. Well, hey, at least they found them. Hope they found the person, too. But yeah, so we saw her testimony yesterday. She testified about this bloody palm print that they're talking about. She said that that it had to be put there after the blood was there because the blood would have destroyed the palm print. I think whoever looked up something and we found that that's not necessarily true. But then the defense questioned her on cross-examination and got her to say that she doesn't even know if that red substance was blood at all because she wasn't there and she didn't test it. She only saw it in a picture. So we have no idea.
Come on.
I know.
She wasn't even there?
No.
Get out of here with this.
Like, that's what she was saying. Like, that's what he asked her. Like, you weren't there. No, I wasn't there. I only saw a picture. So you don't know what the red stuff is. Like, it's just a red substance. Yeah. Who Maze is? The band?
Or an actual maze that you walk
Or like
through.
a corn maze in the fall.
No, I'm not going in there. Absolutely not. Never. I'm never doing that. No, thank you. I'll wait at the finish line for you.
I don't think I know who Maze is. I know who... I've heard Muse. All right. See you later, Carmen.
Bye, Carmen.
Have a great mow. I don't know what to say. Try not to hurt your back or get bit by anything. You know, maybe wear armor.
A bee suit.
Like,
Just
or
wear
something.
A bee suit.
Something. Borrow Bry's hazmat suit. Just wear something.
Bry should start his own business at this point.
He should.
He can make a lot of money. He should. I mean...
Especially in this chat.
I know, right?
Frankie
We're all
Beverly.
messed up over here.
You're correct. I don't know who that is. But anyway, you still probably wouldn't know who my band is, and my hair band was either. So it's fine. Free same-day shipping. But do you have to order 2? If you order 2, do you just pay separate processing, which is as much as the shipping for both of them?
I can just meet you outside the ER doors and pick it up myself.
That's true. She needs it, Ash. She needs it. Good grief. That girl, I tell you. So, okay, so that's what we're going to do today. We have one witness. It's Mark Bryant. He's going to explain to us this palm print and why they're hanging this whole entire case on this, because they can't tell from what we learned from Kimberly Chirac yesterday when they did when they tested the blood, or they couldn't tell. They don't know if it was Derris's or Denny's, because Dennis is not Denny's. Derris or Dennis, gee whiz, because they were twins. So they don't have any idea. And Derris's fingerprints, palm prints, whatever, should have been all over that house because he had lived there. He had just recently moved out. And so it would only make sense that it was there. But I think I caught when that Kimberly Chirac said that they didn't find any other fingerprints in the house. I'm like, okay, well, that's even more strange to me because that leads me to believe even more that Derris wasn't there and everybody else that was there had gloves on. So
Yeah.
that it makes it, if you didn't find his prints, then I would question it. But you did, as you should have, in that house. It was his mom's house that he lived in with his brother.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's like, of
I
course,
just,
and they're going to be everywhere.
yes. So the
Like,
fact that
it's
you
like
didn't find anybody else's, like, okay, fine.
then they either didn't touch anything or they were wearing gloves, like you said.
So I am just, I don't know. I don't know why we're here. So far, they've not produced enough for me to put this kid, who was 17 at the time, turned 18 before this went to trial because they wanted to move him then to adult court. They were 17. He turned 18 while he was in custody. And I am not Flash fan. You take that back. You take that back. The same age. Snipe. So they were honor roll students. They were athletes. They were in band. They had their colleges picked out. Derris was going to go to Ohio State. Dennis was going to go somewhere in Florida. I don't remember the name of the college. They were good kids. They were working, and the reason Derris was going to go to Ohio State is because he wanted to stay home so he could take care of he wanted to be close to his mom because she has so many health issues. And he wanted to be there to take care of her. So I don't know. They just were not the kids that I know you can't judge by looks about saying like, well, he didn't look like a gangbanger. Well, he didn't. There's nothing about his life that said he was going out and doing that kind of stuff, those kind of activities. I know it's the Ohio State. I said that in the very first stream, I think, Snipe, and then I just got lazy. You've made your choice and I shall make mine. I don't know what you're talking about. Flash fan. I'm expecting the chaos person to come in here, whatever your alter ego is, in a minute. So anyway, that's where we are. We have this witness and 2 more, and then that's it for the state until rebuttal, when they don't have very many there. So they're going to have to bring a lot because they haven't yet. So get ready to learn all kinds of things about fingerprints, palm prints, blood prints, whatever, that you've never ever known before. I would say prepare to have your mind blown, but I doubt that.
If you would, please state your name and assignment for the record, please.
Mark L. Bryant, Bryant. I'm a latent print examiner for the Columbus Division of Police.
You may inquire.
Thank you. Mr. Bryant, you indicated you are a latent print examiner for the Columbus Police Department. What is that?
A latent print examiner? I examine latent prints. Latent prints are prints generally from crime scenes. The word latent means hidden, so normally these prints need developed either with chemicals or powders to become visible. A latent print is a chance print, where an item is touched, and that's basically what a latent print is.
How long have you done this job?
I've been a latent print examiner for 11 years, 3 years as a trainee, and then the balance as a latent print examiner.
Could you explain the training that you've gone through for purposes of your position?
Yes, originally I started as a fingerprint tech trainee out in the main ID section. We fingerprinted applicants, prisoners, as well as all division personnel, as well as assisted law enforcement agencies, as well as our personnel, as to various arrest records and information concerning arrests. I have over 400 hours of training, not only in fingerprints, but also in latent prints given by the FBI, the BCI, which is the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Identification, as well as others.
Have you testified as an expert in the field of latent print examination?
Yes, sir. I've testified in juvenile court, common pleas court, as well as federal court.
And how many times, sir?
Approximately 30.
How is it that fingerprints are useful in a criminal investigation?
Fingerprints and palm prints are permanent and individual. They're formed before birth and never change until after death, except for scarring or disease. Now, as a person grows from childhood into adulthood, they naturally get bigger, but all the characteristics remain the same. And then the older we get, they tend to slightly become smaller.
Okay. What is the uniqueness of the prints?
The uniqueness of the prints is they are made up of three basic characteristics. There's what's called an ending ridge, where you just have a ridge that comes along and stops. A bifurcation, where the ridge goes straight and then splits into two, like a forking of a river. And also a dot, which has no direction. Now you can have two bifurcations coming together, which will form an enclosure, or what's also known as an island.
I want to back up with respect to prints. You talked about how prints are developed and how they will grow with you and then shrink with age. Are fingerprints unique to an individual?
Yes.
Explain that.
These ridge characteristics that I mentioned, they are individual in that every finger of every person is different. No two fingerprints or palm prints. Your fingerprints and these ridges are on the fingers and base of the palm, as well as your feet and your toes, the underside of your soles of your feet. No two prints have ever been found to be alike.
So, on myself, I would have 10 different fingerprints,
Correct.
and my 10 unique fingerprints would be unique to myself.
And to no one else.
No one else.
That is correct.
And in how long has the science of fingerprints been around?
The science of fingerprints has been in use for over 100 years.
And in that 100 years, have any two people ever been found to have the same prints?
No, sir.
That's the fundamental basis of the science of fingerprint technology, is it not?
Yes, sir.
That all prints are unique.
Correct.
Now, you've mentioned some terms. You talked about a latent print. What is a latent print?
Okay. A latent print is a chance print. Whatever is on the skin of the fingers or the palm at the time an item is touched, oils, sweat, perspiration, or whatever other foreign material may be on the skin, it is left when an item is touched. That's a latent print.
Okay. And are there ways to develop those?
Yes. They are normally invisible, so they need developed either with powders or chemicals. Now, there's also what's called a patent print. We've all seen on a child's drinking glass or the refrigerator set of fingerprints. A patent print is a visible print where it's visible to the naked eye without any processing.
What is a known print?
A known print is a reproduction of the friction ridges, again, on the fingers or the palms, using a thin film of black printer's ink and placing on a contrasting background, such as a white fingerprint card or a palm card.
Okay. The process, when someone is arrested and booked, that would be the taking of a known print.
Correct.
It's an inked print. It would be known as a rolled print.
Correct.
What do we mean by a rolled print?
A rolled print is where you roll the finger from side to side to obtain the whole print. You roll the thumbs in towards you. There's two bones in your forearms called the radial and the ulnar bone. Your thumbs naturally gravitate this way, and your fingers roll out away from your body. So when you roll a print, You want to go with the flow of the finger to prevent any smudging or smearing and to try and get the best quality print you can get.
On a known or an inked print, we obviously know who's providing that print.
Correct.
Okay. You've talked about ridge characteristics. What is the importance of ridge characteristics?
The ridge characteristics are the individuality that separates the prints. As I said before, all fingerprints and palm prints contain combinations of these three ridge characteristics: the ending ridges, the bifurcations, and the dots. The importance lies in the relative position of these ridge characteristics in an identification.
Okay. You could bring it in now if you want to, Mr. Stan.
I'll get it done. How many of these ridge characteristics are there on a print?
On a normal finger or a thumb print, there is anywhere from 75 to 150 ridge characteristics. On a typical palm print, the numbers can be in the thousands.
Okay. How many of these points of ridge characteristics, how many of these points must you have to make an analysis or a conclusion as to who made the print?
To make an identification?
Yes.
You need at least 8 of these ridge characteristics. But that is not the only things we look at when determining we're making an identification. First, yes, you look at the ridge characteristics, seeing that they're lying in the same relative position. But there's 3 levels of identification. The first level is you look at the general shape or flow of the print that you have, whether it's a fingerprint or a palm. They don't just run in straight lines. They curve, they slope, they go up. The second is the ridge characteristics. The third is breaking even farther down. These ridge characteristics under a magnifier, say an ending ridge. If you would look a bird's eye view down at a river, let's say, it's not just 2 straight lines of bank. You have narrow passages, bends. Each ridge characteristic has its own individual shape. Each ridge characteristic is unique within itself. The ridge characteristics, some of them are closer to each other than others, and they may widen out and then close back in. But again, that's under magnification.
I take it then if you only need 8 points to make a comparison, you don't need to have an entire print to be able to, for identification purposes.
That's correct.
So that you could have just a portion of the fingerprint. The key would be how many points of comparison are within that portion.
That's correct.
And if there are sufficient ridge characteristics within the portion available to you, you can make the identification even though it would only be a portion of the finger or palm print.
Exactly. It can be a very small part of the finger or the hand. Again, like Mr. Stead says, it depends on how many ridge characteristics are within that field. But there are other parts of, say, the palm where you have a larger field, but they're more prone just to be the long ending ridges. You have no ridge characteristics. You just have ridge after ridge after ridge. So you take each print on its own merits and its own basis.
And the size needed to make an identification is based on how many characteristics are within the print itself.
Correct. It can vary greatly.
Now, you mentioned the number 8. Is that what the city of Columbus requires for identification?
Yes, we require at least 8, but again, our office takes each case and each latent print on its own merits and value. I may have a latent print where I have what I think are 8 ridge characteristics. But if the print is of very poor quality, or if my ink print is of poor quality, and there's any doubt in my mind, I'll pass on that print. But if there is, say there's 9, if I'm not satisfied in my mind because there's one small area there where there can possibly be a dissimilarity, I'll pass.
Okay. We talked about ridge characteristics being the same. What happens if a print has 8 similar ridge characteristics, but 1 dissimilar.
It's not identified. That throws it out the window.
So we're talking about 8 points of eight characteristics of identification and no characteristics that are inconsistent.
No dissimilarities that can not be explained.
Now, you mentioned that most latent prints need to be developed to be seen,
Correct.
to see the ridge detail.
Yes, sir.
Does that have to do with the substance that is on the fingers leaving the print behind?
Yes.
It's oftentimes sweat, is it not?
Yes, sweat, perspiration, and the oils released through the body. And these dissipate over time. So, and they're virtually and normally invisible.
You mentioned an ink print where we use black ink.
Correct.
Okay. Would that be a patent print then?
Yes, sir.
A print that you can identify and see
Yes,
that
sir.
it's a print?
That's correct.
What about if this thing is in blood?
Yes, sir, if it's visible.
You can see ridge characteristics in blood.
Yes, sir.
You've talked about the different substances on the fingers that may leave prints behind. Does the surface that is being touched affect whether or not prints are left behind?
Yes. Normally you need a clear, not a clear, but a smooth surface. Glass, paper, wood. Paper is a smooth surface, but it will absorb the print into the paper. And then there's a chemical process that reacts to the amino acids and the salts that you leave behind and develops that where you can see the print on paper. But smooth surfaces are the best. If you have a rough surface, such as a concrete block, for example, you're very unlikely to get a print. Although there have been prints obtained from a rock because it has a smooth area.
Cleanliness conditions affect whether or not prints are left behind?
Yes, everyone sweats or secretes differently. Normally, if a person's nervous, they'll sweat more. If you run your hand across your forehead and then touch an item, you're more than likely going to leave a print. But if I run my head across my forehead and then rub it on my pants legs, I'm a lot less likely to leave a latent print behind.
So would it be accurate to say that just because an item is touched doesn't mean there's a latent print left behind?
That's correct. Latent prints are, again, they're a chance print. They're inadvertently left.
Does the cleanliness of the item touched affect the availability of latent print evidence?
Most definitely. If an item is clean, you're more likely to obtain a latent print. The dirtier the item is, you have less of a chance of getting a good latent impression because you've got dirt, dust, whatever happens to be on the item.
How long do latent print or print evidence does it exist for?
It varies. There's really no way to tell how long a latent print has been on an item except by 2 different ways. Number 1, if it's dated material, such as a magazine or a newspaper, or number 2, for example, I work in a jewelry store. The store opens at 9 a.m. every morning. At 8:30 every morning, my duties include going and putting Windex over all the glass cases in the store. That dates that item.
Would that be because the cleaning process destroyed any prints there previously?
Yes, sir. Latent prints are very fragile because, again, they're just made up of the perspiration and the oils. Eventually, they're going to dissipate anyway, but if I run my hand across it or cloth across it, they're gone.
I've been in this courtroom now for 3 days.
Yes, sir.
And if you checked and found one of my latent prints here on this corner, could you tell me on what day I left it?
No, sir.
If you learned that this table had been cleaned this morning and you found my latent print at this point, could you give some dating to it?
Yes.
And that would be what?
That it had to be applied after this morning when the table was cleaned.
You familiar with prints in blood?
Yes, sir, I am.
Have you had experience examining latent print evidence in blood before?
Yes, sir, I've had several occasions to examine prints in blood.
Are there different methods of developing prints?
Yes, sir, there are.
Does it depend on the surface that's being processed?
Correct.
Can you use more than one method to develop the same print?
Yes.
That's accepted within your profession?
Yes. Normally there is a stage of which development you use first, second, third to keep from destroying the evidence.
And is there an order in which you do these things?
Normally, yes, sir.
What order?
Such as in this print?
Well, let's talk. You know, with the print that we're here to talk about
Correct.
today.
Okay.
Let's talk about the order that was used with respect to that print.
My understanding is first they dusted it with black fingerprint powder. Then they sprayed an anhydride on it, and then they sprayed it with a chemical called amido black, A-M-I-D-O black.
Okay. And when you observed, did you actually yourself observe the drywall
Yes, sir, I did.
and the print on the drywall?
Yes, sir.
And did it appear that those processes had been done in that case?
Yes.
If the processes are done in that order, is that accepted in your profession
Yes, sir, it is.
as the way to do it?
Correct.
And why do you do all the different steps?
You want to try to develop the best latent print you can, because again, a latent print is a chance print. It can be a very, very small area. You can be working with an area smaller than a dime. The better print that is developed, the better chance I have of identifying that print.
How is it that you come to work on a case? What's the process that gets you involved?
The arresting, the uniformed officers, evidence techs, crime scene search unit personnel, all dust criminal scenes and process criminal scenes. The evidence techs and the uniform officers normally do burglaries, things of that type. The more serious crimes is handled by the crime scene personnel. They go out and process the crime scene, collect their lifts, do their documentation and everything, give the case to us, and then we have 4 latent examiners and 1 trainee in the office. One of us will grab that case and evaluate the case. By evaluate, I mean examine every lift present in that case and determine whether there are enough ridge characteristics there for, number 1, to be of value for identification, or number 2, if we have enough for AFIS entry. Now, AFIS is the Automated Fingerprint Identification System. What that is a computer database that has, I believe, 270,000 10-print cards entered into this system. And we also have 70,000 palm print images entered into this system. So if we have latent prints present that are of value for identification, but not of value for the AFIS, I am then done with that case, unless an officer or a detective submits a request for a manual request for someone to be compared against that case. Okay? But if there are AFIS quality prints present, I will take that AFIS quality print and scan it into the computer. And the computer plots, once again, these ending ridges, bifurcations, and dots, and what area they are positioned in, and it will search that database, and it'll give me a list of candidates saying, Mr. and Mrs. Latent Examiner, I think me being the computer thinks these are close, take a look. So then we will look side by side, the latent impression on the screen with the inked impression, and do an examination of all the candidates. And if we think it is close, we will then go out to the main ID section, pull that fingerprint card, and do a manual examination. And if we have a detective or an officer submit a request, we will examine the entire case from front to back. And any time an identification is effected, it is always verified by at least one other examiner. And we have to reach the same conclusions where the ident won't leave the office.
So there's a backup checking system in place for any identification made by one of your examiners.
Correct. And it's not unusual for us in a difficult case. We did have 5 full-fledged examiners, one retired here a year ago in January. We would pass it around and ask all 5 of us to look at it. We've sent cases out to BCI to get another opinion before we released any information one way or another. We don't want there to be any doubt.
Judge, with the court's permission, could he step over to the blackboard so that he can demonstrate a couple of things he's been describing?
Certainly.
Brian, would you come over here? Now, you've talked about different ridge characteristics that you go looking for. Can you use the blackboard and show us what you're talking about?
Sure. Here we have an ending ridge, where you have a ridge and just stops. Here we're going to have a bifurcation. Here's a splitting. And here we have a dot.
Make your dot a little darker so everybody can see it.
Dots have no direction. And here we have another ending ridge. And again, excuse me, I'm sorry. Here we have an ending ridge. Here we have a bifurcation and a dot. Here we have another ending ridge. And we have an ending ridge here, an ending ridge here, an ending ridge here.
So that would be a number of points of characteristics.
Yes, you would have 1, 2 with your dot, 3 where you're with your bifurcation where it diverges, 4, 5, 6.
What tools do you use to make this analysis?
I use a magnifier which magnifies a print four times.
So then you're looking for some place where there are 8 points of these comparison together in the same position.
That's correct.
Let's assume here. I'll erase this.
Okay.
I got 2 prints side by side that you're comparing.
Okay.
Okay. We've got an ending ridge and an ending ridge.
Okay.
The next one starts and has a bifurcation. The next one would start and have a bifurcation. And let's assume they're the same.
Correct.
Not my drawing skills. Okay. The next one, they would each then have another ending ridge like this. This one would have a dot. This one would not. You have similar points of comparison, yet you have a
You know, they really need to watch how they're drawing their pictures. That's all I'm going to say. Where's Bad Dazzler?
Wait, what does it look like?
That's all I'm going to say.
Wait, did they show it and I missed it?
I'm just saying, you can't see over there. I don't know if you can see it over here. See, you got this thing here, this thing here.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what's down here. Like, stop it. And the first one
Also,
that he erased, I'm like, that could be, if you had a mind, a dirty mind, apparently I do, that looked like something else.
well, also, I always think it's really funny when we watch older trials. Yes. And they pull out a chalkboard. A chalkboard with actual chalk.
I freaking love chalkboards. So, and of course I do,
so
because
funny.
that's what I had in school. until we got
Yeah.
to the dry erase board.
Yeah, no, I had that. I had chalkboards too.
I have nothing. I'm not doing anything Friday because I will
I'm
have
not
my
sure.
granddaughter.
I'm not
So
sure if
I can't answer that.
I don't know if Grandma is doing a Kahoot this Friday. I'm not sure. Uh, so I don't know. Oh God.
We had chalkboards in the 90s. See, Flashman, it's not just me. You can't change my name now. You can't start calling me an elder now. You've always called me Boomer. That's the name.
But wait,
That has to stick.
isn't Boomer older than Elder?
I'm not a Boomer. I'm Gen X. Like
I
most of
know,
you.
but isn't the name, like the two names, isn't Boomer older than the word Elder? Like,
I have no idea.
hmm.
They're doing well. Not a wow. They are. She's mobile, so she's a lot of fun. I called you vintage because that happened during a stream. I don't know. I think maybe you were on there, and
Yeah.
maybe it was your birthday, and we figured out that 25 was vintage. So I don't know if we were looking at vintage like clothes or cars or whatever, but
No, I
that's
think it
why
was an actual chart
like
that
you've always
said
been
that,
vintage.
yeah, it says like the birth year, and then it tells you what you are, like classic, vintage, uh, you know, those words.
So that's why I've called you vintage for a long time.
Flash fan is just messing with you. He's not being
Yeah,
serious.
are you hungry?
I think he is. He
I
needs to go eat dinner, boy.
like
Go eat some dinner.
I spent 12 hours in a drug with an angry man just last week. I can do it. So don't challenge me. And I was angry, and I'm not angry right now. So I'm all good.
Oh God. Caleb hates it when I'm hangry. He's like, he turns around and he goes, "Did you eat today? You're kind of a little angry there, huh?"
He hands you a Snickers.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know when I'm hangry, so I just like don't, because I know. I I got it. Takes me back to my old teaching days with the fancy little metal thing you can put pieces of chalk in to make straight lines. Yes, the teachers would.
I remember
and
that. Yeah.
and you guys had such perfect handwriting. It was so nice. I loved it.
I have to like print out the papers with like the cursive alphabet again and practice it because I haven't used it in like forever.
Yeah, because you're going to be able to use that, and then kids from today aren't going to be able to read what you're writing.
I mean, I can write in cursive, but it's super messy. It's not like how it was before when we had the classes, the handwriting classes, you know?
Yeah, if you can do a Q and a Z, they'll
Yeah.
never be able to read anything.
No, absolutely. They'll be like, "What the heck is that?"
What is that? Hieroglyphics?
Well, I showed my sister cursive handwriting. She said, "What is this? Another language?" She
Yes.
didn't even know.
Like Carmen had somebody come in that they were like, "What is that? What's that writing?" She's like, "What are you talking about?"
Mm.
They couldn't read cursive. And she's like,
It's crazy.
it's sad.
They're not going to
Like-
be able to survive. If the
No,
internet
we're gonna
goes
go-
down, they're all going to be effed up. They're not going to
Screwed.
be able. They can't read maps. They can't entertain themselves without power. I'm pulling out board games. All right, this is what we used to do when we lost power. We would set up a dang tea candle and play friggin' Scrabble. Okay, people, get it together.
With a flashlight that wasn't on our phone.
Yeah, we played
Like
cribbage. Dang it,
we have actual
Rummy.
ones.
Cards. You ever heard of them?
I think your granddaughter can't read your cursive writing. I was so excited to learn how to write and read cursive. Like, I was so excited. That was in third grade for me. So,
My dad had
I,
the most beautiful handwriting ever. Like you would have thought that it was like a grandma writing you the letter because it was so perfect. I'm like, I can't believe he wrote this in prison. Like, people watching him write this, like, he needs to like hide that he writes this beautiful in there because who knows what's happening.
like, I
Like,
see, I, they're like, can you write a letter for me?
yeah.
So I can make my girlfriend jealous. Like, she'll think it's from a woman. It's fine. It's fine.
My
Your
Nana
writing's
too.
too pretty.
His mom has beautiful handwriting too.
My husband used to, but then the more he's had to write things, it's just like, I don't care.
Yeah,
Like, you have such
mine
nice
just
handwriting.
yeah, mine is just chicken scratch now. But I like write half regular and like half cursive, kind of like I mix it.
Yes,
It's
that's mine
weird.
is too. Mine
Yeah,
is too.
it's
And it has been forever. Yeah, we used to go outside, climb trees, play cards, board games. And we used to read.
yeah.
You had to figure out how to do cursive Q through Z on my own because of gifted testing. The irony. Oh my gosh. Why board games? Are their hands broke? Oh my goodness. So Bree can write like a draftsman, which some of you probably don't even know what that is because they were, I think, kind of probably. I had to take drafting when I was in sixth grade, and then I moved, so I didn't take it, or seventh grade because I moved because I want to take drafting. But anyway, she has perfect handwriting and can write straight across. It's always print. My dad, she's like, "What's a draftsman?" Don't ask me. I don't know. People have nice handwriting.
Well, especially in, the medical field, they stress that you have to have good handwriting because if you're writing an order and the nurses can't read it, they could make a mistake.
Yeah, they don't. They don't
I'm sure
have
they
nice
don't,
handwriting
but
at all.
you just
That
get
was
used to
one
the
of
order. You're just like,
you
yep,
do.
that means 8. That's not a
Yeah.
Z, that's an 8.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if these two men can keep this microphone turned on, unlike the last guy that used it. I don't remember the woman using it last night, and I don't remember really having a hard time hearing her.
I don't know, but my guess is I got $5 that's a butt on the chalkboard.
Oh, Flashman, you're not going to make me mad. Sorry. You write better in cursive than print. I don't know because I can't say because mine is a mix of both. So
Yeah, mine's the same. I like mix it too.
once I didn't have to do it right to get a grade, then
Yeah.
I didn't care. I didn't care anymore.
You're just like, I'm an adult. I can do what I want. Woohoo!
You can do it, whatever. So
Regular G, rest of it
Yeah.
cursive. Try and figure that out.
yeah, jeez. Oh my gosh, the weird letters. Like, just who did that? Stop it.
I can do a cursive G, but Caleb's like, what is up with your signature? Because that looks horrible.
I have not done one in a long time. I can't imagine. And a Q, I wouldn't even know where to start.
I just do a
like,
regular Q and then cursive U. Just go on
Yeah.
from there.
because then a Q it's kind of,
I can do a
I don't
Z.
even
I can
know.
do a cursive Z, though.
yeah, I can't remember last time I did one of those either. So
Weird.
see,
So weird.
whoever's like, I had seen it as a naked woman from the waist to the knee or so.
I don't know.
Oh
That top
my
part there
gosh.
looks like a little butt crack.
It does look like with a little pimple on it.
Yeah. Or like a dimple, maybe.
Could be.
Or
Be.
a freckle.
Might be. Maybe it's a mole that needs removed. He's going to the dermatologist.
That's true. Moly, 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 moly.
Oh, they did not. Flashman, you're the only person that talks about Sarah Boone.
Yeah.
As much as
You're
I
the
don't know
only one.
anybody that talks about Sarah Boone as much as you. So
Flashman came in here with jokes tonight. He came in here with jokes. Stop it, Flashman.
he's like, dang
That
it.
He's like, dang it, they saw right through that one. What's next?
Don't. When do you talk about her? Well, the shorter answer would be, when don't you talk about her?
Oh,
You do.
love ya.
I think you do more than you realize. But it's all good. Don't change at all. It's hilarious.
what is that other thing
mean-
on the chalkboard, though?
Oh, this
Is it
thing?
like a spitball?
It looks like a
Just
what? This thing? Oh,
The
you
thing
can't see
that's-
my cursor.
no, I
Can you
can't.
see it
The
a
thing
second
that's
ago?
next to the guy with the microphone that's stuck right on the chalkboard. What
Oh,
is
it's
that
like
thing?
it looks like a clip.
Why is the
It's like a
clip on
clip.
there? How did they get there?
It looks like it's a magnet.
Oh, okay.
But
Alright, I was like, what the
Maybe a
heck is
magnet.
that?
I don't know. Food and Sarah Boone. Yes.
And Daryl Brooks.
And Daryl Brooks. Yes. Flashman, you have to. We know you. We know you. So I'm sorry. That's just the way it
But,
is.
sometimes,
But
just
it's
the way it
okay.
is.
It's okay.
We love you. We still love you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we don't think you like Sarah Boone.
No, I do hot.
He's gonna feel
Not.
like you do.
Flip out. He's gonna flip out. He's gonna be like, I fucking hate you too. I would too, though, if I. Like, son of a bee.
Absolutely, whoever. You are proving our point. If Sarah Boone and Daryl Brooks were on trial at the same time, it would have been perfect. No, we don't.
No. No, we don't. Never. And don't do
Absolutely
it.
not.
Because
And we will-
I'll find it and
Let's say-
resub for you. And then,
We will come find you.
yeah.
We'll just we know the area, the city you live. We'll just find you.
It's not that big. I'll just take a train up there and just start with a bullhorn and just be like, Flashman! Flashman! And run all the neighborhoods. He's going to hear me
I'll
one
just start-
day.
I'll just start yelling,
like-
Kobe! Kobe! So he starts barking,
Yeah.
and I hear Flashman being like, be quiet! Like, found him.
I'll drive up there with an ice cream truck. Okay?
That's right. And
I'll
and
find
some
you that way,
chicken.
boy.
Like,
Yes.
you just
You would get arrested. No, I
Nah.
won't.
give him food. Be all right.
Mm.
Okay, I'm hitting play now.
All
Let's
right.
get back to this. I want to see what they're going to draw next.
Difference, what would that tell you about the print?
They are not the same.
And why is that?
You have no dot.
They can't hear you in the back.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if it's on or not, Mr. Brown. Okay.
It would not be the same because you're missing one of the characteristics. You're missing the dot.
So you're looking for points of comparison and points of dissimilarity as well.
Correct.
You may take your seat. Thank you.
Thank you.
In the course of your duties as a latent print examiner, did you become involved in examining latent evidence with respect to the Dennis Lewis homicide?
Yes, sir, I did.
And did you review a number of different people's fingerprints with respect to that case?
Yes, sir.
When the police go out to a homicide scene, do they sometimes provide you with what are known as prints of elimination?
Correct.
What is the purpose of prints of elimination?
Elimination prints would be prints of someone that would be expected to be at the crime scene. That way, if I can go through and make my examination on everything that's submitted and eliminate, say, half the prints that I have submitted to me, that cuts the pool of prints down that I'm concentrating on, looking for the unknown.
Okay. And is that often done on homicide investigations?
Yes, sir.
People connected to the location
Correct.
are printed, and those prints are submitted to you for elimination
Yes, sir.
Now, you touched on this a little bit earlier about lists of value
Correct.
versus lists of no value.
Correct.
Can you explain what that is again?
Okay, a lift of value is where we have 8 or more of these ridge characteristics present in a latent print so that I can possibly make an identification. A ridge of no value is where we do not have 8 or more of these ridge characteristics present where I can make an identification. Now also, to make an identification, I have to be able to count from ridge number 1 clear through to ridge number 8 without any missing areas. It has to be all contained. You can't have a latent print, say, for example, on the blackboard, and then you take the eraser and swipe it right through the middle of it. That gives you 2 separate latents, one with 4 here and one with 4 here. You're unable to make an identification. I have to be able to start at the beginning and follow all the way through to the end without any missing areas.
Okay. You did some elimination print work in this case.
Yes, sir, I did.
You also ultimately were given potential suspects,
Yes, sir.
and you looked through and took the known prints of potential suspects and analyzed that evidence as well.
Yes, sir.
Do you use the same technique in evaluating all the prints you analyzed in this case?
Yes.
Now, does a print in blood at a crime scene have significance?
Normally, I would say so, yes.
Does that have to do with the ability to date the timing of that print?
Correct.
How can you get, for example, a print on assume the print is in a blood substance. How can you get a print that would be available for comparison purposes on that wall?
It would have to be placed there with the blood on the hand or the finger.
Could I take my hand, assume I put a good print of me on this wall, toss blood on this wall, and end up with my bloody handprint or palm print or fingerprint on this wall?
No, sir.
Why not?
That question has been asked early on in this case as well as others. Again, a latent print is made up of the sweat, perspiration, oils. Number one, whatever you pour over that print is going to dissolve that print. I searched the computer for blood prints under the fingerprint field. It has never been able to be reproduced or done. The time the item is touched, whatever is on the finger or the palm, is when that item is touched. You can't follow up and pour it over, so to speak. It would destroy the print. These prints are so fragile.
I'm going to show you what's been marked. I want to show you what's been marked for identification purposes in State's Exhibit C-37. identify those for me, please?
Yes, sir, this is a drywall sample that was submitted to us. I placed these Post-its here for our photo lab because I thought there was potential latent evidence in these two areas. This was to point out to them what I wanted photographed.
What item are you referring to there?
Item number 19.
Okay.
And this is item number 18. This is again a piece of wall board or drywall. And again, there's Post-its where I applied for our photo lab after I examined these for our photo lab to take one-to-one photographs of the latents.
Was that all done?
Yes, sir.
When you first saw these items, were they in the condition that they appear now?
Yes, sir. To the best of my knowledge, yes.
That processing had already been done.
Correct. That was done at the scene.
Would you hold one of those up for the jury, please? There's different colors on that drywall.
Correct.
Does that represent different types of processing used?
Correct.
Could you identify the different types of processing that you can tell were used in this case by looking at that piece of drywall?
Yes. The black areas would be the black powder for the dusting. The blue would more than likely be the ninhydrin. And then the blue, darker blues, which I believe would be the amido black.
When you reviewed that item, did you see sufficient ridge detail for comparative purposes?
Yes.
And did you arrive at that conclusion when you first saw the drywall?
Yes, sir.
When did you first see that drywall?
May I check my notes?
Please.
I received the drywall per our chain of custody February 2nd of '08.
February 2nd, 2008.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you looked at it at that point?
Yes, sir, I did.
Notice what you believe to be sufficient ridge detail for comparative purposes.
Yes, sir.
Did that ridge detail appear to be in blood?
Yes, sir.
When you observed that, what you believe to be sufficient ridge detail, is that when you sent it to the photo lab?
That is correct.
Was that so you could make a permanent record of what you were observing there?
That's correct.
And did you in fact receive photos from the photo lab of that section that you pointed out?
Yes, sir.
From the
I
piece of
did.
drywall?
Yes, sir.
I want to show you what's been marked for identification purposes. It states Exhibit C33. Do you recognize this as being a known print of Derris Lewis that was submitted to you for elimination purposes with respect to this case?
Yes.
Now, while we're talking about Mr. Lewis's print there, are you aware that the victim in this case, Dennis Lewis, and the defendant in this case, Derris Lewis, are identical twins?
Yes, sir, I am.
Are you aware that that means their DNA is the same?
Correct.
What does that mean about their fingerprints?
Their fingerprints are still totally different. Their fingerprints and palm prints could be similar in your level 1 of identification, where the general shape and flow. But when you get down to the level 2, the individual ridge characteristics and the ending ridges lying in the same relative position, they are completely different. And then if you go further to the level 3, where you're taking these ridge characteristics and examining the outlines of them, they again are different. When the prints are formed in their mother's womb, slightly different pressures and variations form differences within the two twins.
Okay, so even though the DNA is the same, Same thing applies to identical twins as to everybody else in this world.
Correct.
Their prints are unique.
Their prints are unique to that individual person.
And at some point in this case, did you become familiar with the known prints of Dennis Lewis, the victim?
Yes, sir, I did.
Those were obtained at the morgue
Yes, sir.
and made available to you.
Yes, sir.
And did you review the known prints of Dennis Lewis and the known prints of Derris Lewis to see whether or not they were the same?
Yes, sir, I did.
And what did you find out?
They are not one and the same. They are two separate individuals.
I want to show you what's been marked for identification purposes in State's Exhibit C38.
Okay?
You recognize that?
Yes, sir, I do.
Did we ask you to prepare that exhibit for court?
Yes, sir.
What is it, please?
This is an enlargement. May I stand up, Your Honor?
You may. Don't keep your voice up so they can hear
Okay.
you all the way. Okay.
Thank you. This is an enlargement of the right palm print of Dennis Lewis, the victim, as well as the brother, Derris Lewis. Now, if you look at the creases, they seem to be very similar. But if you look closer, you have like a looping type area here in the heel of the hand. If you look close at this one, it points downward on the very end. This one comes straight. And if you would look even closer,
You can move over to the jury box if you wish.
okay, thank you. If you would look closer, there's two dots right here. And then if you come down, 1, 2, 3, 4 ridges, you have a real little short ridge right there. Nowhere in this general area or in this palm do you have that ridge arrangement of those two dots and that little short ridge. And then we can go on from there. That's what makes fingerprints unique to each individual person.
And you made that evaluation?
Yes, sir.
You didn't just accept that conclusion, you
No.
compared those two prints.
Yes, sir, I did.
And you did not find the 8 points of comparison
Nowhere.
necessary?
Correct.
You find numerous dissimilarities.
Yes, sir.
Sir, at some point, did you take the known prints of Derris Lewis and compare them to the latent fingerprint evidence found in blood on the piece of drywall, item number 19?
Yes, sir, I did.
When did you do that comparison?
That was my last comparison for elimination of Derris in the case with all the latent evidence. When I do elimination, I compare the elimination prints to everything that I have submitted to me. This was the last piece of evidence that I examined to Derris Lewis.
When you did that, what did you find?
I determined they were made by one and the same individual.
Is that opinion to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty?
Yes, sir.
How many points of comparison did you find?
I found 16 points of comparison, this being the ridge characteristics, the ending ridges, the bifurcations, and dots, as well as the shape of the ridges, the flow of the ridges. All three levels of identification were present in this latent.
You've talked about sometimes, even because of the quality of the print, 8 may not be enough for you to make an identification.
That's correct.
Do you have any concern at all about the identification you have just made here in this court?
No, sir, none.
Is there any doubt in your mind that the print on State's Exhibit item number 19 was made by Derris Lewis?
There's no doubt.
At my request, did you prepare a chart?
Yes, sir.
I want to show you it's been marked for identification purposes. It states Exhibit C39. With the court's permission, we present this to the jury as he explains it.
Yes.
What is this item?
This again is enlargements. This is the inked palm print of Derris Lewis. This is the enlargement of the photograph of the print on the drywall.
You all can move if you want to.
Judge, how about you show a couple down here at this end and then
Okay.
we'll move down and we'll
That's
show
fine.
a couple at this other end, okay?
This is the ink print of Derris Lewis. This is a photographic enlargement of the print on the drywall.
What happens to the quality of the print when you do the enlargement?
When you enlarge a print, you lose some of the quality and the definition in the enlargement process.
The actual photograph of the print that you made the analysis off of, did it have that distortion?
No, it is clearer, for lack of a better term.
In that diagram, did you chart out 10 of the different points that you identified in this case?
Yes, sir, I did.
Did you put them all in the chart?
Yes, sir.
No, all 16 points?
No, sir.
Why didn't you put the other 6 points in?
I would have so many lines and numbers, I think it would confuse the normal person looking at this.
Okay. Why don't you start just at this end of with this group of jurors and start with numbers 1 and 2 and point out to them how you did the counting and how you came to the analysis.
Okay. Let's start with number 1. We have a bifurcation here. Okay, it's where one ridge splits and into 2. And then we count down 1, 2, 3. We have another bifurcation. Again, going the same way. Okay. We start at number 1. Where my line ends, we have a bifurcation. And if we count down 1, 2, 3 ridges, and there we find another bifurcation. Now if we go from number 2, we go down 1, 2, 3, 4, we have another bifurcation. So we go to 2, and then go down 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another bifurcation. That one's kind of tough to see. And then from number 3, go down 1, 2, you have an ending ridge coming in. 1, 2, there's your ending ridge.
Next to item number 10, you charted item number 10.
Correct.
Can you actually see a couple of other characteristics next to that you didn't document?
Yes. Right next to it, you have a second dot, a second dot. And then if you come up 1, 2, 3 ridges and go over, you have an ending ridge coming in. 1, 2, 3, there's your ending ridge coming in.
So if I'm understanding, you found 16 points of comparison,
Correct.
no points of dissimilarity,
That's correct.
and the accepted standard by the Columbus Police Department is 8.
Yes, sir.
You doubled that.
Yes, sir.
What's the FBI require?
I believe they require 7.
Let me take your seat again, thank you. We've talked about the print on Derris Lewis with respect to item number 19.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Assume, okay, for purpose of my question, assume there was evidence in this case that there was no blood on the wall at the time that Dennis Lewis went to bed.
Okay.
Okay? And let's assume that that bloody print is then removed from the wall by the crime scene the following morning, correct? Can you tell us when that bloody print would have had to have been placed at that location?
With that knowledge in hand, it would have had to have been placed there between the time Dennis Lewis went to bed and when crime scene search units showed up and found the print.
You know that Derris Lewis lived in that house.
Correct.
Could blood from this struggle have been thrown on an old pre-existing print of Derris Lewis and produced what you've identified on item number 19?
No, sir.
Is that impossible?
Yes, sir.
You mentioned that this was the last item that you looked at.
Correct.
There were a number of latent lifts submitted to you in this case.
Yes, sir.
Were they all of value?
No, sir.
Some were of value, some were not.
That's correct.
Do you recall the number of prints that you received in this case?
I can find it real quick.
Okay, if you do that for me, please.
Why don't you take that down from the jury hall?
I'm sorry.
Okay, I have one submission with one card and two latent lifts submitted 2/15 of '08. I have another submission from 1/19 of '08, which has 32 cards containing 68 lifts, and post-mortem prints of the victim were also submitted to me,
Okay.
to our office.
The latent prints that you mentioned that were submitted to you on the 19th.
Yes, sir.
There were 68 of them.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me how many of those 68 were of value?
Not right off. If you would like, when I find a print of value, I put a little red check mark beside it. So if you'd like, I can count them.
We're going to go through most of them, I think.
Okay.
At some point. All right?
Okay.
All right. Did you compare the known prints of Derris Lewis against all of these latent lifts?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. Did the 68 latent lifts include the drywall that we've already talked about?
No.
That's a separate.
That's a third submission.
What were the results when you compared the known prints of Derris Lewis against the 68 latent lifts found at the scene?
I identified lift number 14, indicated as being from broken mirror, contains a latent impression which has been identified as an impression of the right thumb. Lift number 23, and it indicated as being from N period bedroom S period wall, contains a latent impression which has been identified as an impression of the right index finger.
Did you ultimately put your conclusions down on paper?
Yes, sir.
And did you, I show you it's been marked for identification purposes as State's Exhibit C36. Do you recognize that document?
Yes.
Does the third page contain the findings that we've just discussed?
Yes.
The two prints that you found, the one on the mirror?
Correct.
Broken mirror?
Lift number 14 and lift number 23.
As well as the latent that came from the drywall?
Correct.
The one we've already talked about?
Yes.
Are all of these conclusions to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty?
Yes, sir.
Now, did you take the known prints of Derris Lewis and compare them to the evidence?
Yes, sir, I did.
Again, looking at State's Exhibit C36, does that reflect your report with respect to that issue?
Yes, sir, it does.
Okay, what prints were you able to link up to Derris Lewis?
Lift number 6, indicated as being from cardboard box, gold color, has been identified as an impression of the left thumb. Lift number 9, indicated as being from stool seat top, contains a latent impression which has been identified as an impression of the left palm. Lift number 10 and 15, indicated as being from broken mirror, contain latent impressions which have been identified as impressions of the right thumb, 6 impressions of the right thumb, and left thumb, 3 impressions. Lift number 16, indicated as being from N period bedroom chest of drawers, contains latent impressions which have been identified as impressions of the right middle and right ring fingers. Lift number 17 and 18, indicated as being from N period bedroom east wall, contain latent impressions which have been identified as impressions of the right palm. Lift number 21, indicated as being from N period bedroom S period wall, contains a latent impression which has been identified as an impression of the right palm. Lift number 47, indicated as being from C copy of diagram on lift card number 19 attached. That's for the location of that particular lift. Would you like me to find that, sir? Okay. Contains a latent impression which has been identified as an impression of the left thumb. Lift number 59, 60, and 61 indicated as being from, again, C copy of diagram on lift card 29 attached. Contains latent impressions which have been identified as impressions of the left middle, 3 impressions, and left little fingers.
So that document, was it State's Exhibit C36?
Yes, sir.
That contains your conclusions with respect to your evaluation of the known prints of Dennis Lewis
That's correct.
and Derris Lewis against the latent evidence submitted to you in this case.
C36 is Dennis Lewis. Is Derris Lewis 36 also, sir?
Page 3.
You're correct.
Okay.
Sorry, yes.
All right.
Yes.
State's Exhibit C35. Can you identify that for me, please?
Yes, sir. This is a request for laboratory examination. This is our form used by our division requesting an examination be compared. Examine the below submitted drywall samples for evidentiary value of latent prints. One drywall sample, property number 18, item number 18, property room number 08-1318. One drywall sample, property item number 19, property room number 081318. This was submitted by Detective Althea Young.
Okay, it's a multi-page document, is it not?
Yes, sir.
What's the second?
The second page is a copy of the photograph of the latent lift taken from the latent palm, taken from the photograph taken from the drywall.
You mentioned that when you saw the ridge detail, you had a picture taken.
Correct.
Is that a photocopy of that?
Yes, sir.
What's next?
On the back of the photo, I label it not only with the date that I got the photo back, but our latent case number, which is a tracking number for us to locate the case, OR number, which again is a tracking number, the address of the crime, and the location of the lift itself, the lift or the piece of evidence in question. East wall of north bedroom, north of window, drywall, in parentheses.
Okay.
This is 2 other photos of items off of the drywall, areas that I thought were potentially latent prints.
When you have any doubt, what do you have them do?
I have them photographed.
And once you have them photographed, what'd you find out?
That's when I can thoroughly examine them without having to possibly damage the item, and I determined that these 2 were of no value for identification. And again, they are labeled on the back, the same latent case number, OR number, the address. Item number 18, drywall from south of north bedroom next to closet.
In the last page?
The last page was a latent comparison request requested by Detective Young to Derris Lewis. This is a preliminary report. A latent impression present on east wall of north bedroom of north of window has been identified as an impression of the right palm of Derris Lewis. Latent prints of value remain unidentified in this case. This is a preliminary report. A complete report will be issued when the examination has been completed.
Is that reference to the print that you discussed earlier?
Yes, sir.
The print that you made the identification on?
The drywall.
State's Exhibit C36 would be your final report?
Yes, sir.
That's your preliminary report?
Exactly, sir.
Now, you mentioned that in standard procedure in your latent unit is to have conclusions reached by one examiner to be reviewed by others.
Yes, sir.
Was that done in this case?
Yes, sir. 3 other examiners besides myself looked at this particular print, and we all came to the same conclusion.
All right. Were you asked to, in the course of your duties with respect to this case, asked to eliminate several other people?
Yes, sir.
Were you given the known prints of April Lewis?
Yes, sir.
Were you given the known prints of a Diana Lewis?
Yes, sir.
Let's start with April Lewis.
Okay.
What you find?
April, I believe her last name was given to me as A-G-E-E.
Okay.
Is that correct? Negative results.
Negative results.
Yes, I was unable to locate any of her prints in the latent prints that I had submitted to me.
If you were told that this person lived in that residence, would it surprise you that there was no latent evidence connecting her to that location?
Not really. Number one, the lady is older, and myself and another examiner was asked to go to her home and fingerprint her for elimination, as well as April and Paula Lewis. At that time, she was in a wheelchair. I was unable to get palm prints. Her hands were very palsied. The older you become, and this happens to all of us, none of us can escape it, but you are going definitely, you pretty much tend to lose your fingerprints. People that work with a lot of paper acts just like sandpaper. If you take a secretary or someone that works with a lot of paper and try and get fingerprints off them, sometimes it's very, very difficult. So I wouldn't be surprised not to find prints. Prints, again, are a chance print.
You mentioned the name Diana Lewis. Did you check the latent evidence against the known prints of Diana Lewis?
Yes, I believe I have Diane Maxwell.
Okay.
Yes, again, negative results.
Okay. You mentioned the third one.
Paula?
Paula.
List number 36, 37, excuse me, let me begin again. Lift number 35, 36, 37, 39, lift number 40, 44, 45, and 46. See diagram on lift card number 19 for location of lifts. Contain latent impressions which have been identified as impressions of the right middle, three impressions, right ring finger, right palm, left thumb, left index finger, left middle finger, 2 impressions, left ring finger, left palm, all of Paula Lewis for elimination.
At some point in this investigation, were you given additional names and known prints to compare to the evidence in this case?
Yes, sir.
And did those requests come from the homicide detective Althea Young?
Yes, sir.
Were you given the name of a Billy Horton?
Yes, sir.
What was the result?
Negative results.
Were you given the name of a Robert Holmes?
Robert Shepard Holmes?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
What was the result?
Negative results.
Were you given the name of a Kevin Horton? Kevin J. Horton?
Yes, sir. Again, negative results.
You mentioned Diane Maxwell was in negative results.
Yes, sir.
Did you review the known prints of a Christopher Ebner?
Yes, sir.
What was the result?
Negative results.
Compare the known prints of a Chris Johnson.
Yes.
What was the result?
Negative results?
When you say negative, I mean you didn't match them up to any, their known prints aren't matched to any of the latent evidence in this case.
That's correct.
Okay. Derris Alexander.
Yes, sir.
What was the result?
Negative results?
Joey Lewis.
Yes, sir.
What was the result?
Negative results?
And a Michael Lewis.
Yes, sir. Negative results also.
Others as well?
Jasmine Maxwell,
What was the result?
negative,
Okay.
and that's all that we did not have not already covered.
We mentioned this stuff earlier. State's Exhibit C40. You recognize these to be what you have used as the known prints of Dennis Lewis for comparative purposes in this case.
Yes, sir.
Those were collected at the morgue.
Yes, sir. These are known as morgue prints.
And what date did you make the initial preliminary finding that the print in blood from the bedroom drywall was the print of Derris Lewis?
It would be dated on the photograph that I previously supplied to Mr. Mitchell.
I need some water.
That's
Trying
right.
to give him some
Thank you,
water.
though.
Dang it.
Let me see if I have a copy of it. Because I believe I did this report after the original date that I identified the print.
Okay. What number is this?
Thank you. Yes, sir. I identified this print on 2/7 of '08.
February 7th of '08.
Yes, sir.
Were you surprised?
Very much so.
To make sure, did you obtain a second set of his known prints?
Yes, sir, I did.
Why did you do that?
There was a question as to whether that was him or not, and he voluntarily submitted to Detective Fulton to come down and have his prints obtained.
Done again.
Yes, sir.
And was that done?
Yes, sir. I obtained palm prints myself.
And did you compare them with the initial known prints?
Yes, sir, I did.
And were they the same?
Yes, sir, they were.
And did you compare them with the drywall again?
Yes, sir, I did.
And did you come to the same conclusion?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So if he was guilty, why would he volunteer to go down there? I know guilty people have volunteered to do a lot more.
Is
but-
your work reviewable?
Yes, sir.
all of the latent evidence that you reviewed in this case, how many prints were in blood?
Just the one,
Whose print was it?
Derris Lewis.
Thank you, sir.
We will take our afternoon recess and we'll come back for cross-examination. Remember the admonition, we're just storing information at this time. All rise, please.
Mr. Bryant, we had testimony earlier from another witness who stated that latent was something visible. You dispute that, don't you?
Correct.
In fact, you testified, I believe the word you used was hidden for the term latent, right?
Normally they're hidden because normally they're invisible. A patent print, P-A-T-E-N-T, is normally visible.
Right. And often patent prints are lifted using dusting, right?
Patent prints, yes.
Okay. And I think when you referred to latent prints, you also called them chance prints.
Correct.
And that is because you need to add a chemical to it in order to bring it out, right?
No, because an ink print or a set of known exemplars where you are intentionally rolling a print or taking a print. A latent print is just where an item is casually touched with no intentions of trying to get the best impression that you can. It's a chance print. Latents are only present in approximately 30 or 40% of the cases we process. That's why they're a latent print, they're a chance print. Sometimes people leave latent prints. Again, it goes back to how much you secrete, how much you sweat. You know, if you wipe your head, but yet again, if you wipe your hands on your jacket or something, you are going to have less of a chance to leave a print.
Because you may be removing a substance from your
Correct.
fingertips.
Anything that's
Right.
present.
Okay. Now, you were not at this crime scene 1161 Loretto, were you?
No, sir.
Okay. So you don't have any idea where blood was located or where it was seen or anything like that because you weren't there, right?
That's correct. Just what's indicated to me on the paperwork.
Okay. And these items of evidence, particularly fingerprint evidence, is photographed, right?
Correct.
And then there are steps taken to try to bring out prints using substances such as amido black, correct?
Correct.
And a substance like amido black brings out proteins, does it not?
Correct.
And once the person who is removing that item, for example, in this case, a piece of wall, they cut that out, right?
That's correct.
And they send it to you, right?
It went originally to the property room.
Okay, all right, sure. But ultimately, the whole purpose is to get to you so you can examine it.
Correct.
And I believe you had stated that it's a lot easier to take a photograph of the item, such as in this case, a piece of drywall, and then take a look at it, correct?
Correct. If I
Okay.
would put my magnifier on that latent print, there's a good possibility I could destroy it. So by taking a photograph, it's much easier for me to lay that photograph right next to the ink prints at hand, and then I can do my comparison. This is what I use as a magnifier that we referred to a year earlier. You have to be right down next to it to see the prints. With a bulky item such as this, number one, I could possibly destroy the print and then it's gone. Number two, we're looking at such a big item, photographs are just a lot better, a lot more convenient, and they're permanent.
Okay. Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
I'm going to hand you, sir, what has been marked as defense exhibits 1B and 2B. Previously marked. And that is it not a photograph of what is in front of you on this drywall, correct?
Yes, one of them.
Okay, and then on top is a transparency, basically, that was taken from that photograph. Would you say it's a true and accurate representation of the photograph itself?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to hand this to Shannon, at least 2B. You hang on to that. Put on the overhead for the jurors. Okay. Now directing your attention to all of this matter, up and down from here, down through here, and across. That appears to be a Vito black, right?
Correct, I believe so.
And that is applied to that area in order to bring out what might be hidden.
Correct.
Okay.
If I may, sir?
Yes.
Do you mind flipping that? That is upside down to how it should be represented, I believe.
Okay, are you sure? It appears to me that it looks like the dripping is coming this way.
Well, your heavy drippings are at the top.
So you think it should be this
I
way?
think if I could see the original photograph that I have, I can tell you for sure.
Certainly.
The photograph of the latent.
All right, let me hand you what we are going to mark as Defense Exhibit 5C. And we believe it's also, for the record, State's Exhibit B92.
So it's going to be B92, correct?
B92, right? All right.
I'm sorry, sir, what I was referring to was a photograph of the latent impression itself.
Oh, sure. All right. He needs this to find out. Let me hand you 5A. Okay. And that is a picture of the print card, is it not?
Yes.
Okay. And this is a transparency of the same, which I'm going to show so the jury can see what we're talking about.
Right.
That's a true and accurate representation, right?
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Shannon, both to the jury.
I can't say that this is a correct photograph.
Well, this will be 19. Are you having problems locating the print?
Yes.
Well, that's not good. We can't even find it.
I don't believe this is the same area as this, sir.
Okay. Why don't we straighten this out?
Okay.
This 1B is clearly a photograph of number 19.
Okay.
What I'm trying to do is figure
Okay,
out what
right
side
here.
is up here.
Okay. I agree.
Okay? So let's do that.
Okay, now I can, okay, see
Oh,
this
now
area
you-
right here?
What?
That's this right here.
Okay.
Now, this tag he has on here pretty much covers the latent impression. Latent impression itself is right in here.
Shannon, would you mind putting up 2B, please?
You can use this to show the jury, I think. Maybe you can. You want me to try it?
Go ahead, sir.
I'm holding this right. So what you're saying, sir, is that someone placed a tag over the print you identified as Derris Lewis's?
It appears to be over most of the print.
And that appears to be a sticky note, doesn't it?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Now, getting back to, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Take your time.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Getting back to Defendant's Exhibit 5A, if we could. Oh, 5. Sorry, 5B. Okay. Now, this right up here at the top, that appears to be Amino Black, does it not?
I would assume so.
Okay. Now, if we laid these two transparencies on one another, they appear to match up.
That's correct.
Don't they?
Yes, sir.
And that's where you found the print, right there,
Yes, sir.
right where the sticky note is.
I believe so.
Don't you find that unusual that the person that removed that print put a sticky note right on the key piece of evidence?
Yes, sir. But again, I wasn't there.
And that's probably because it wasn't visible, right?
No, I believe the print was visible.
Okay. But you would actually condone putting a piece of sticky note on top of the print? You testified earlier this is extremely sensitive.
Exactly. Sir.
Okay. All right.
Exactly.
Now, once this item, in this case the wallboard, gets to you, you don't test it for blood. That's already done, right?
Correct.
And that's sent away to another lab. You don't handle that at all.
That's correct.
You simply look at the reacting chemical along with any other latent prints that you see, and you make your determination based on that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you indicated earlier that there were 3 separate prints that are unidentified in this case, right?
Yes, sir.
And those were of value, right?
That's correct.
And of value means that if we had somebody's impression from a rolled ink marker, like you testified you took from Dennis and you took from Derris, that would actually match somebody, wouldn't it?
If the right prints are there, correct.
Okay, and you have 3 unidentified in that condition, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if an individual is wearing gloves of whatever kind, that would substantially reduce and probably negate the possibility they would ever leave any prints, right?
That's correct.
You referred during your direct testimony to print number 14 and print number 23 as being that of Derris Lewis, right?
Yes, sir.
And those were removed through dusting, right?
Correct.
Okay. And those were found, I think, on a mirror and somewhere else in the bedroom, right?
Yes, sir.
And those Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Lift number 14 is indicated as being from a broken mirror. And lift number 3 is indicated as being from N period bedroom, S period wall.
And you take that to mean north end?
Bedroom, south wall.
South wall. Gotcha. Okay. And those prints were given to you for elimination purposes, right?
Yes, sir.
And so those prints, notwithstanding anything else you testified to regarding some bloody print, but those prints, standing alone, aren't indicative of anything because you knew he was in the house every day, right?
I knew he had resided there.
Okay, right. So if you found out that there was evidence that he was there every day, it wouldn't surprise you to find those 2 prints
Correct.
at all, would it?
That's
Okay.
correct.
All right. May I have a moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may we? I'm sorry.
Unless there's a question or deals with the previous answer, you'll have an opportunity for redirect.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to.
I just wanted to clarify the previous answer concerning the enlargement and the sticky note.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Is that
Yeah, he wants to
Okay,
have you
sir.
do it. Go ahead.
okay? We talked earlier about the fragility of these prints. Normally, when I'm talking about a fragile latent print, I'm speaking of when it's in perspiration, sweat, that nature. If a print is in dried blood, the blood is pretty much going to encase the print when it dries.
Right. Now, you testify that you don't do any testing for blood.
I don't, no, sir.
Okay.
That's correct.
All right. So to you, it's a latent print that was enhanced by amido black. It's not blood, right?
Correct.
You can't testify to that under oath, can you, sir?
That's correct.
Thank you.
Redirect.
Did you observe what appeared to be a red substance on that piece of drywall?
Yes, I did.
Was the latent print within that red substance?
Yes, sir.
Is it your job to determine whether that red substance is blood or not?
No, sir.
If an expert from the Columbus Police Department crime lab came in and said that red substance is blood, would you say this print was in blood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Anything further?
Yes, Your Honor. So I'm going to hand you what appears to be marked as Defense Exhibit 1A. Yeah, approach, Your Honor.
You may.
Now, you know what that is. That appears to be stained, does it not? Look closely at your evidence and look closely at that.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to have Shannon put up the transparency of the very same thing you're looking at.
Okay. Again, we're upside down.
Okay, all right. Can you flip it, Shannon?
I'm sorry.
Are you sure it's upside down?
Okay.
Okay, so we had it right side up. Is that what you're saying?
Well, if this, sir, is this, again, when you blow these up, or when an enlargement is taken, I'm unable to see the ridge detail here.
Wait, well, you're not going to see ridge detail because you take a picture of it.
Okay.
But this is a blood smear. I'm just
Yes.
trying to say, this is right side up. You agree, right?
Yes.
Is this representation of that close up is all it is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's right side up. Just trying to get this straight.
Correct.
The jury doesn't want to be confused about this. This is important.
Correct. I agree.
All right. Now, if we take Defendant's Exhibit 1B along with the transparency, Shannon, go ahead and place that on top. This is up and this is down. The 1 and 9 and the sticky note is on top, isn't it?
Correct.
Okay. And then if we place the print that you removed, number 5A, and you say it's right where that sticky note is.
I believe so.
I'm going to have Shannon place that on top. Now, if we look at the overhead, please. It appears that the amido black marks and the print itself, they all match up, don't they?
Yes, sir.
And that's transparencies, one on top of the other, right?
Correct.
Now, if we remove the amido black, that print you removed is from an area where there is no visible mark on the picture you're holding with your left hand. Do you see that, sir? Look closely.
Correct.
In other words, you have a blown-up picture of what the crime scene investigation unit has called a blood print, and you see no blood on that picture, do you?
I see a red substance.
Right, but you don't see it where the print was located, do you? Here.
I don't see where that print would have been there, sir.
Exactly. It's hidden, just like you testified to earlier, right?
Okay, I'm sorry I don't follow you.
This print, number 5A, okay, was removed from an area up here, above 1A. Okay, look at the
No,
overhead.
sir. This area right here is this here.
Well, you just testified that this would be, and if I may, I realize it's sensitive, right side up this way.
Okay.
Okay, well, you tell me, you're the expert, please. Now that's right side up, isn't it?
This way.
Okay, so you agree with me?
Yes.
Okay. And that corresponds with the picture in 1A, right?
Yes, this is the correct orientation.
Okay, and you removed the print from where that sticky note is up on top.
Correct.
And when looking at that picture, you don't see any red substance on with the naked eye, do you?
No, sir.
Thank you. You have no further questions, Your Honor.
Anything further of this witness? You may step down, sir.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go home for the day.
Wow. Good job on the defense. Hey, Chloe. Wow. That was crazy. It wasn't ever in the red. No matter what that red stuff was, right? It was above it. So then they can't say that the blood destroyed it, that he couldn't have been placed beforehand because the blood would have destroyed it, because it wasn't in the blood. It wasn't in anything. Man.
I mean, that could have been jelly from a peanut butter and jelly
Wow.
sandwich. Absolutely batshit crazy.
Absolutely.
Hey, Chloe.
And when you can't even come back from that, what do you ask?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Yep.
And they knew it. Sit down. This defense is doing great. I like him. Strawberry jelly is the best. It is. I will agree. But why wait until the second redirect? I don't know. If the state hadn't asked a question, he would have had to wait. True. I don't know why he waited. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not an attorney, so I don't know. Like if there was something that door was kicked open when that witness was like, hey, I want to say something else. And the guy's like, go ahead. Maybe that's what he was hoping for. I have no idea because I'm not an attorney. But that was crazy. I think any blood detective came from the dripping of the oversaturation from the amino black. Yeah, because it ran. I don't know. Yeah, he couldn't even talk, just shook his head. Yeah, you're done. Or you should be done.
Stick a
Stranger things have
fork in him.
happened.
He's done.
This is a good case for the defense. So good that it should never have been brought. Yep. So this guy's been sitting in jail this whole time too. Yep. He was in juvenile until he was 18,
that.
I think.
Oh,
And I
it's
think
so
they moved.
annoying. It's so annoying when that happens.
Yeah.
You did a trial of a wrongly confused, convicted male. And he was found not guilty after. And he had spent over 30-something years in jail. Remember that?
Yep.
I think it was the llama. It was the llama.
The Llama Johnson.
Yes.
For
It was
you
the
guys
Llama
that
Johnson.
don't know. The guy's name was Lamar
good.
Johnson. And it was a case in Missouri, St. Louis, I think. And he had been convicted as, I don't even know that, was he 19 or 20, like early 20? I don't remember how old he was. But he basically spent
young.
his whole youth
Yeah.
in
Oh,
prison for a
terrible.
crime he didn't commit. And he was finally exonerated and set free. But on one of the days, I forgot to put the R on Lamar. So it said Llama Johnson. And we're like 5 hours into the stream, and Gabby sends me a message. She's like, who's Llama? Who's Llama Johnson?
Oh, you want to know why I saw it? I had it on my computer at first, and my computer, computer screen, compared to my like 60-something inch TV. I put it on my TV, and then I was like, wait, what the heck? Did she? I took a snapshot of it and circled llama and then sent it to her. She's like, "You just telling me this?" I'm like, "I just saw this." I'm like, so the next stream she did had a picture of a llama on the thumbnail peeking out from the corner. I mean, so funny.
I had to. Because I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, I went and fixed the thumbnail and changed it, but it was llama all day. Like,
That was good times. Good times.
oh, it's hilarious. That was the
But
trial that the judge yelled at that young,
Oh, the
I
tab.
guess she was a prosecutor
Yes.
because she didn't put tabs
was
in her
new.
binder.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not looking at this.
Yeah. She handed him a binder. And
Tabs.
he's like, "Where's the tabs?" So it was like this whole thing. So now every time I see a lawyer hand a judge a binder with no tab, I'm like, that has no tabs.
So tabs, you better get some tabs in that thing because he wasn't going to look at it. And we couldn't figure out why he had, like, the way his bench was made, we couldn't figure out why we never saw him walk in. Well, that's because he had a motorized scooter and he just rolled up to the bench every day. And once we figured that out, it was great.
They had a BMX ramp and he just launched himself right to where he was supposed to be. But I will
did
say,
like that judge.
That judge did ask really good questions.
He was good. I did
was
like him.
consistently asking questions to
Yep.
all the lawyers, you know?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
really
he
good.
did a good job. That was a good trial. It was a good outcome. I don't know if he, at the time of that, he was not able to sue. I think he
The
could sue the
town or
police
the-
department, but he couldn't sue the
Yeah.
city
Yes.
and or the state or something. There was somebody
Mm-hmm.
in that he could not sue, and they would have had the money. So
Right.
they were actually going to change the law to make it so that he could, and
Yeah.
he deserved to. He was in
I
prison
mean,
the
he
majority
was in-
of the good part of his life.
Yeah, he was
Hey,
in
my
prison for
stomach will
like
not
what,
shut up.
30-something
It was
years
a
or something
long
like that?
time.
Like,
It was a long
can you
time.
imagine? This is what I mean with this kind of stuff. Like, you can't just go on one thing. They don't have any of his DNA on anything. Like, they just
There was
have a palm
nothing.
print on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
His
nothing. I mean,
fingerprints are all over that house.
yeah. Well, and they're talking about being on a broken mirror or something. And they said latent and patent. Again, I'm not an investigator. I'm not a detective. I'm not an attorney. I'd never heard of patent prints.
Well,
I would have said that word
Peyton-
patent.
Peyton is a girl's name, so I don't know what the heck they're talking about. Good Lord.
I will not call them, but I will write you a note. That's the best I can offer.
She'll write you a note. It'll be there within 3 to 4 business days
Yeah.
in the mail.
I can FedEx it, but I'm not going tonight because they're closed.
Yeah.
As soon as this is over, I'm going to bed. So,
Oh, I'm not going out right now. Are you kidding me? This is where all the turkeys roam. They, do their gang stuff at this time of night. I'm not going anywhere.
they have his DNA on a lot. Yeah. But it's also his brother's DNA. So they have
Yeah.
no clue who it is. And if there had been DNA under Dennis's nails, well, who's to say that it wasn't his own? If it, if it would have shown to be one of theirs, and that he
That's
didn't get
true.
it in the scuffle. Like, I don't know. They can't answer that. Gang aren't
Yeah.
excited.
I saw that.
Okay, see, I want to say patent, but he said
Oh.
patent. Handprints or patent fingerprints are visible impressions left on a surface when a hand is coated in a foreign substance like ink, blood, paint, or grease. Unlike latent prints, they do not require or minimally require development or enhancement to be visible to the naked eye. But this wasn't even in any of the area that they keep saying it was. Where's the blood? Did he just show that? Like, this is not even in the blood? Like, it's just on the wall. So, of course, his
Well, that's
handprint
what
could
I
have been on
mean.
the wall.
That's what I mean, though. Like, so have they talked about when he got arrested and like how he was arrested? Did they take his clothes? Did they find blood on his clothes? Like, this is what
Mm-mm.
you're not just gonna, okay, say he did it, right? He had a bloody handprint on the wall. I'm sorry, but your hand's still gonna be full of blood. You're gonna have some type of blood on your clothes. Where's
Yeah.
the clothes?
Uh,
Where's the
right.
weapon? Where's this? Where's that? There's so many questions. This is absolutely ridiculous.
And we may hear that tomorrow. We get the lead detective, Althea Young, tomorrow. So maybe she's going to fill in these missing pieces. But that not even being, because I'm starting to be like, I was looking at up online, like, okay, would the blood destroy the fingerprint? It says it would. Now, I don't know, like, how much blood does that mean it is? I was didn't want to just completely not be watching everything, so I didn't want to, like, go into depth of trying to figure it all out. But,
Right.
does the blood have to be running to do it? If he just put his hand in it, if it was already kind of tacky, for lack of a better word, and he just stuck his hand in it, would that leave a print or not leave a print? I don't know. But to find out that it's not even near that, it's above it, well, of course he could have a handprint there.
Well, not just that, but it's going to be interesting to hear the lead investigator's testimony because, one, I want to know when he was arrested, how he was arrested, what they gathered from him. Like I said, there has to be something
Something.
that we're
Yeah.
missing here because it's not just about, if it's just about that handprint, they can get bent.
Yeah.
I'm
And so far, I mean,
sorry.
that
That's
seems to be all it is. I think he was they put one in the back of his head, Carmen. But there was other people there. That's the thing. And they don't have
his
any
mom.
prints
Their
from
mom was
anybody else.
there.
Yeah,
The
and
mom
her
was
story,
there, and she said, yeah, he wasn't there.
yeah, it wasn't him.
Makes absolutely no sense.
She will be sassy with that name. I'm already annoyed.
What, Peyton?
Althea Young.
Oh.
Yeah, when you remove an engine from a car and then touch something before you wash your hands, you leave perfect prints. Yeah. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I think they had decided who they were going to blame before they finished the investigation. I have my suspicions as to why, but not the fact that they are framing this guy. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you're going because he's black. If I'm not necessarily sold on it because if it was just a random person, that would be easier for me than to on a family member, on his twin brother, to pin it on him,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, but also, what is the motive? What are they saying the motive is for him wanting to, murk his twin brother?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's nothing. This is what I mean. They're just bringing in crackpots who haven't probably been on the stand. They had to dust the chairs off to get these people out of commission. And,
Yeah,
this guy had a
I
lampshade mustache, okay? He knew, what's that guy's name? The old school detective there. Sherlock Holmes. He knew him. They were BFFs on the playground. They smoked cigars together. They don't know. This is insane. And handprint.
And Carmen, we just haven't heard that yet. We'll probably hear that tomorrow.
Yeah. I hope.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to hear what the lead investigator says.
But who are they trying to protect? Like, they've not even brought up the other 3 or 4 people that could have possibly, like the mom is saying 3 to 5 people were in the house. They have focused on one. And not even saying that he pulled the trigger. They're just saying, well, he was there. I just think they followed the evidence and found his brother's print and thought, great, let's not investigate anything else. Twin brother's print can't have got there any other time. Yeah, because, he didn't live there or anything shortly before. And he hadn't just been there that day. Like, he had been there. The mom said, like, he was there every day because he went and picked the brother up for school.
Right.
Like, and brought him home. Snipe.
The freaking judge's face, dude.
This is Judge KFC.
Yes.
And I will tell you, if this is a public defender, he's just doing a good job. Not saying public defenders don't do a good job. Sometimes they're just too overloaded. He's doing an excellent job.
Yeah.
I don't think the fingerprint was lying. The print is his. The guys who collected it and made up the story are to blame. Yeah, the fingerprint's definitely his.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that. But it's just now, it's like we end on it wasn't even in whatever that red stuff is because they don't know. They can't say. Like, the state is saying, well, somebody said it was blood. Okay, fine.
They didn't test it? What is happening?
I know. I think we must have. I'm sorry, because it's been a week in between these, and I know that's my fault.
Was it really jelly, and they just saying it's blood for the heck of it? Like, I mean, what? Come on.
Let me see who was on week 1, because maybe I can go back and listen to it. We don't. Was it yesterday? Did the first witness yesterday? She would have been the only person I can think of. Not Cato. The very first witness yesterday was like the crime scene person.
Oh, yeah.
Is the only person so far that would have tested that to see if it was blood.
Yeah, but she wasn't.
Not the last witness, the first witness.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
They tested the smear part, but they didn't have the print. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they be smoking that sticky icky, I tell you.
This reminds me of a case near Toronto. It's on Netflix. All they had to go on was when the mother asked, "Who do you think is weird?" said the neighbor. Wow.
What the hell?
That's a 10 there, Ash. It's how your fingerprint, I'll learn to read, gets in a place more than them finding your fingerprints somewhere. Yeah, because so they tested everybody and they eliminated them, but those people's fingerprints, his mom and his sister, their prints had to be in that house somewhere. So they had the print. To me, I'm taking that as they had the prints that they wanted to test them against, and they eliminated them from those. And it was Derris. Okay, fine. And they were starting to, I'm telling you, they were starting to sway me until the very end. And now I'm just going, why are we here? If they didn't test the area the print actually came from, what have they actually got? I don't think they have anything.
Nothing. They have nothing. We'll have to see what the lead investigator says tomorrow. Because if this mofo comes in here, all goofy like, I'm gonna be throwing shoes. All right, because this is ridiculous.
They've got two things, one F and two all.
Yeah, pretty much. But so, how long has he been locked up for so far since the trial?
I don't know what month this trial was in. So
Okay.
the crime happened in January of '08, and this was in '09, but I don't
Okay.
know like how early in. I don't know what month it was in. I just know that he turned 18.
But he got arrested right away.
I think so. They were waiting for him to turn 18 because they wanted to charge him as an adult.
Of course.
So I don't know. I don't
So
know.
he could have been in jail for at least a year until the trial.
Well, no, because it was at the end of '08 and that happened in '09.
Okay.
Hang on.
So maybe a couple months. MFers. Exactly. Calculating.
Well, I don't want anybody else to look it up. He was arrested in February. Wait a minute. That cannot. Oh, okay. Sorry. The crime was in January of '08. I thought it was
Yeah.
December. Okay, so I think I even said that. January of '08, he was arrested in less than just about a month later, charged as an accomplice based on the bloody palm print that was later found to not exist. Well, I think we just saw that moment.
Unbelievable.
I think we just saw that moment.
Well, you know, I'll tell you one thing I've learned, especially from this one.
What's that?
Just walk around your house with gloves on, because you know what? If they don't got a print, they can't charge you with nothing.
Yeah.
Get disposable toothbrushes, disposable everything. Bleach everything. All your walls. Vacuum every day. They ain't getting my DNA. Absolutely not. Now, if they check my computer, I'm effed. But they're not getting my print. Nope. A bloody print. I live here. Makes no sense.
I'm making me a clown. Don't make it her.
Oh, who's that now?
Richens, whatever her. Corey Richens.
Oh.
She's the one that possibly took out her husband. I have seen people on the fence about that. I didn't watch the trial, so I don't know. I have no opinion on it. But she wrote a book about grief, and then was convicted of unaliving her husband. I bet you do, Ash. I bet you do.
CSI team walks into Ash's apartment with the black light. They're like, God dang, what the heck is that in the corner on the ceiling? Jesus.
See you later, Sticky. Enjoy
Bye,
the rest of
Sticky.
your night. If I remember that I was supposed to talk to you, I will try to remember what I wanted to chat with you about. Because now I've been here wondering, like, did I say that? Because it's possible. And then I moved on. Like, I don't know. Then, the day changed or something. Talking about Sticky.
It could have been an hour, right. And she's like, yeah, it's been a week. Wait, what did I want to talk to her about?
It could be the next chat went by. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Ash, you can see it from space.
They walked into Ash's house and they're like, we're going to need some overtime proved here.
Yeah.
Like, and we're going to need to hire some people.
Yeah, we're
So,
gonna need some
who-
biohazard teams. Can we call them Mother Effers?
Can we-
Because this doesn't look safe.
Can we call Bry? We need some Bry's
Yeah.
hazmat suits.
We did a lot of samples. So, test samples. So you're gonna have to go back to the barracks there and get a case of them. All right, because we gotta test all this.
Yeah, there's so many things to test. We're going to need a semi to take all the things back to the lab. Also, we're going to need a new lab because
Also-
we're not going to have enough room.
Also, Ash's cat is just in the corner in a fetal position, rocking back and forth. She's like, "You don't know the things I've seen."
How did you get this fluid under the sink? They're like, why is everything covered in maple syrup? They're like, well, we're at old Maple Ass's house.
Bad Dazzler. Gabby, they don't care about your corn history on your laptop.
They might. If she's looking at corn.
Oh, you
trying to
never
find
you never
things.
heard of Corn Hub? It's
Or the
ribbed.
Corn Queen.
It's ribbed for your pleasure.
I don't know about that.
Don't let her fool you guys. AJ has a Corn Hub.
What did you used to say my website was? It had nothing to do with replacing the first letter of corn with a P. But Gabby used to say I had
Hashtag Corn Hub.
there was a website you always used to say.
Oh, there is an actual website. I put the link in one time.
It's not me.
Accident. I found it by accident.
It's not me.
Something like it. The whole website was about just corn, like fans of corn, people who are obsessed with corn, people who just love corn, and it was just an obsession website of corn. I put it in the website, and I was like, "Here you can find AJ's Corn Hub." Where she was crowned Queen Creamed Corn of the festival one year.
Gross.
A corny website, yes.
I have not been there.
I have
Or
to
there.
find the website again.
Ash, don't judge me. I have only fan obligations that involve maple syrup. Good for you. Good
Yeah.
for you. Did you
They
see
make
their
a lot.
house? Haley, their house was pretty messy. Because you got two young teenage boys living there. You've got a mom that can't really she can't clean the house. So I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying it was messy. There was a lot of stuff everywhere. There's a bug flying. Get away, Nat.
No, it's legit called Corn Hub. The website. I just looked it up.
I denied that a bit quick. Well, if you find me, let me know, because I'm not out there like that. I promise. Haley. Well, I guess Ash can give you some tips. You'll have to maybe use some English tea instead of maple syrup. Where the huskiness goes to play. What? I actually have to, well, you're proving your point. I'd say I have to actually wipe my walls down
That's the
quite a bit
website.
because I have dogs that like to play in the mud. Yeah, I am not on the dark web. I am not on here.
Yeah, she is.
Nope, I am not.
She,
Alternate kernel.
AJ is known as a good butter rubber. A good butter rubber.
A good butter rubber?
Yeah.
I don't know, Haley. I know you
Look
have
at her,
maple
hide
syrup.
your face.
I know you have maple syrup over there. What's the matter, Carmen? It's all fun and
Your
games
mom
until
is on
you're
that
here when it
website.
happens.
Yeah, your mom is on that website. I'm telling you.
The dark web is a
She
warm
runs
place
it.
to play. No, no. Do we have to call you AK from that? Nope. I'd probably get my channel taken down. Colonel Sanders. Sweet and salty. Okay, I might be that.
Oh my god.
Nope, I'm good. Nope. Okay, so tomorrow we have the lead detective, Althea Young. She's our only witness. She's on there for a while. It's like almost 2 hours, so it'll be a bit longer tomorrow. That's not what she said, but that might be what she hoped for. Anyways, there you go, Carmen. That'll make your ears bleed. But I don't know why I checked her off, because we haven't done her yet, so she does not get a check mark. Sweet and salty. Salty sweet or sticky sweet? I don't know. It depends on the day. AJ probably after the stream. Babe, let's make some popcorn the old-fashioned way. He wants zero to do with me right now because our son was sick over the weekend. My dad is sick, and then I woke up feeling not great today. So he's like, get away. Get away. What's up, Iris? How are you? You're trying to eat?
Boy.
Poor thing.
Well,
Then I won't read Snipe's comment then.
I will.
Please don't. I don't really want to hear that she threw up.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Currently looking at a bag of popping corn Lewis left out. You never look at it the same, will you? You're like,
Nope.
if I
And not
pop this
after,
without clothes on
Right.
while drinking English tea while slowly dripping maple syrup on myself.
well,
Would anybody be
browse-
interested in watching that?
while browsing Cornhub at the same time.
Yes, that's where our bad Dazzer is heading to.
Hey, the link's in the chat. Go check it out.
Haha, the 4 dogs looked at the PC like, what in the world are you watching? They don't want to know. They're like,
They were like, someone's
Carmen,
corn?
not
What?
sorry, not sorry. Lewis is addicted to corn. Popcorn. AK is buttery. Alaska is buttery. Hey, we all know about those bikes up there. I would not be surprised at what people pay to see. I would not be. Trust
No.
me.
No.
There's. I wouldn't.
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, I would not be surprised at all. Like, there's really nothing. I am not AK.
Grandma told me I could make a lot of money. The voices I've been. Ash knows what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't want to know what you're talking about, but if you can go make that money, you go get it.
Oh, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it.
All right.
What did it say? Bikes? What?
Bikes are so in SE. Is that Southeast Alaska? Are more so in Southeast Alaska. Is that what you meant? I mean, you can't be dropping directions in here.
Yeah, like where?
Like,
what direction was the car parked at?
Heidel.
Like this is
We're women. We don't know. Forgot which rule it is, but if you can think of it, it's been done in porn. I believe
Oh, for
it.
sure.
I believe it.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
I have weird toenails. I'm considering an OnlyFans feet.
No, there's a kink for that. Trust me.
I keep being told I could make money from my cute little feet. Well, you and Ash should get together. You could be sweet, she could be salty.
Dude,
Just
my
saying.
feet are microscopic. I could fit into like kids'
Oh, you.
shoes.
Oh my. See, and
Like
that'd be
my
a
feet
weird
are
fetish that would
tiny.
be wrong. Like if people want to see adult feet in kids' shoes, no. Okay, I was
I'd
right.
have to only photo one foot because the other foot has Caleb's cartoon face tattooed on it.
You just blur it out.
Put makeup on
Just,
it.
yes. See, all you guys can just go do your little things.
Oh, I'm gonna do
We
it.
could deal with all the taste. Ew, ew, ew. I have a corn on my toe. What a coincidence.
Wow. That is a coincidence, isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
You
Remind
tell
me
me
what
first. You
size
tell me yours and I'll tell you mine.
corn toe. Corn, corn toe. I wear a size
Corn
10,
dog.
sometimes 11. Do I qualify? Probably.
No. That's huge.
That's probably why she qualifies.
That's huge compared to my foot.
Well, yeah.
Not, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I probably have abnormally small feet.
Huge. Carmen, do you know what they
Huge.
say about big feet?
Big socks.
Also, um, if you have a kid, that makes your feet grow too. Because
I'll
it made
send you
mine grow.
pictures,
Oh, here
Haley,
we go.
next to
It's gonna
no,
start.
not I'm not sending you pictures of my
Here
actual foot.
we
I'll send you a
go.
picture of my foot in
It
a
is
sock
on.
next to
You
my
all hear?
husband's shoe,
Nope.
so you can see how
Y-
small my foot is.
You guys heard it here first. Breaking news. I'm just saying.
Unsolicited foot pic.
Can I should get a little bit of a kickback if you all get famous here.
Oh, I'll give you 5%.
Okay.
Gabby
You
clip.
never.
How to do that? Come
Yours
on.
didn't grow from your kids. Mine did. Grew like freaking Grinch's heart. Grew 2 sizes that day.
Okay,
Seriously.
Snipe. Pics or it's not true. Pictures or it's not true.
That's
Gabby
right,
buys her
Iris.
shoes. I think that's it. Yes. Bad Dazzer saw the picture I put up. He knows what I mean. They tiny. I also have abnormally
I
tiny
believe you.
ears.
You're just tiny and you're shrinking.
I am shrinking, unfortunately.
That happens. No. Drop foot is not growth. Nope. But somebody would find it attractive. I'm telling you.
There's a kink. There's a kink for everything.
Absolutely. The best part about small feet cheap trainers, I can get kids with no tax. I didn't grow up, I grew out. There's Iris.
Oh.
All I can picture is Ash pouring maple syrup over her feet and being like, "You like that?" Get out of my head. And Haley's over in the corner sipping some tea. Do you like that? And Gabby's like, "You want some popcorn with my little tiny toes?" And Snipe's over there like, corn on my tiny foot.
Haley's in the corner and she's dictating what Ash does to my feet. She's like, all right now, pour the maple syrup on them. Do it
And that's
now.
all. And that's what it'll take. That's all it's going to take.
Yo.
You and Ash doing weird things and Snipe. And then Haley's proper
Yes.
English coming in. See?
It's so true. It's so true. You have
You
no
never
idea,
know.
Iris.
Iris, last week there was like a foursome going on over here in chat. Like, I just was watching it. That's probably why I don't know what happened in the trial, because I'm like, what's happening? Poor Bobby didn't know.
Bobby loves it. You can't, don't, Bobby, he doesn't know.
Well, you don't have to look at feet via smell-o-vision. True. Plus. Iris, I thought the same thing. You and I can just go to the bar and leave them here. Well, not yet, but there is a good chance there will be something on Discord about this, because these guys generally
no.
carry over.
Yeah,
to
there was stuff on Discord. You just probably never saw it 'cause it was past
There-
your bedtime, AJ. By the time you woke up, you went on and you were like, "Oh, everyone's saying good night to each other. That's so
No,
nice." And didn't scroll up.
I don't scroll up. I am smart enough to not ever scroll up unless I think something's wrong. But Snipe might like that. Lamau, how would you know, AJ? I don't know. I can't tell my secrets. We are already past our bedtime. Yeah, I am going to go.
41
Yes.
minutes past her bedtime.
I'm tired. I feel like I slept last night, but I feel like I did not. And I made a gazillion thumbnails today because I didn't really have any energy to do anything else. So I don't know what trial we're going to do after this, but I got a thumbnail ready for it.
Well, I mean, do you have like a blank spot in it and just like you could like upload an image to it or something?
Freaking,
How does that
you
work?
know, ChatGPT and I don't get along.
Oh, friggin' Gary. He's the worst.
And then all of a sudden I was like, I had a Plus account. I'm like, I didn't subscribe. And it told me like, I hope you're enjoying it. And I was like, I am. Well, then it didn't, it's like, it said something about, we'll tell you when it's going to renew. Well, it didn't. And so then it renewed.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
so I canceled it like immediately.
Frustrating, isn't it?
Oh, it's like, I'm going to send this thing to the moon and it's never coming back.
To the
So
moon, Alex.
I took, like, FlashFan sent me a ton of cases, and I don't even know if I'm going to do all of them. And so I took that one. I took the other one that you sent me, the other ones that we talked about. I took all of those, and I've been working on, I did a ton of them today, but I've been working on it over the past few weeks because I'm like, you know what? Listen, jerk. Listen, Gary, you're going to work for me. And we're going to get this done because you can't tell me right now that I'm out of data. So it's so now that's all I've been doing. But it did tell me today, your Plus is a subscription is about to run out. Do you want to renew? I just hit click. Like, no, bitch, I don't. Like, go away. I don't even want to use you. Because I'm only using you because I need you to create these images for me. And you can't run me out of data with your stupid questions. And I'm also onto your stupid questions. So I had a good time. I did not get flowers today.
Actually, my bad. It's not June. It's this Thursday is Grandma's first members
That's what
live.
I thought.
It's not June. It's this Thursday. Yeah, May 14th.
I was going to say, I need...
Well, because I'm pretty sure she said June 15th. It's not. It's this Thursday.
Yeah, it's May 14th. She said June 15th. I'm like, that's a long ways away.
And then I was like, no, it's June 14th. And I was like, wait a minute. No, it's not June right now. It's May. What am I confusing.
I hate Gary Haley Mouse. I hate Gary.
Yeah. Gary is like super pretentious and just like rude. You know, he thinks he's cool, but you know.
Oh, you are saying next month.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? That makes sense because Grandma did tell her she has them scheduled out. So 1 month she's going to do it on a Monday. The next month it's going to be on a Thursday. She's going to alternate Monday, Thursdays for each month. So, okay, that makes sense.
All right. I'm glad you guys
My
figured it out.
bad.
Okie dokie. Meow.
Anywho,
Anyways.
Iris, that's awesome.
Iris, thank you.
For no feet pics,
For-
please.
For no feet pics. Please no. Love y'all. Gotta go. Thank you, Iris.
Well, just so you know, you're about to
You
get one.
too. But not from me.
No,
It'll be
it's
tiny
gonna be
feet.
Zach.
So you.
It's gonna be
So you'll
Zach's
know it.
feet or something.
Yeah. Yes. It'll
I'm
be
gonna
Zach's feet.
message Zach.
Oh, and if you thank you, Gabby, too. She reminded me. Sorry that you had
Oh,
sent
yeah.
me that. If you guys don't know who Wish Martin is, you're lucky. He has since retired. He is a prosecutor up in Wisconsin. Can't stand him. I think his last name was Gravely. He was horrible. He was dirty. We watched a trial with him, which the guy was actually guilty, and he was a kid. He did deserve to go to prison. He deserves to never get out of prison because he's really probably been fully institutionalized by now, and because he was already that way before he even got sentenced. So
And he wore a tuxedo. Like a legit tuxedo.
I mean,
During the pandemic in a gymnasium at a high school. For goodness sake, that was a crazy trial.
yep. And the absolute worst part of it was when the guy had no arms, and I didn't realize
Yep.
that he didn't have
Didn't either.
any arms, and I made a comment about something, and then I was like, oh, he doesn't have an arm, but it wasn't only that, he didn't have either arm. I was like, oh my gosh,
Yep.
piece of crap. 24 months later, found out my mom is on Cornhub. Well, if you find me, let me know.
She's on Cornhub as a butter rubber. I just made that up. That's a made up
Thank you.
corn job.
Wow.
It's not corn job.
True.
Yep.
It is. None of
Everything
that is
I
true.
say from here on out is horrible. We should end this because
We are going to end this.
real bad. We're gonna save this for Grandma's first members live because this is just too late for this.
Yes. So, what are you saying now, Carmen? At least you've never said sign here to someone with no arms. Well, no, but I don't even remember what I said, but that was horrible.
Yeah, that was.
Is
pretty
that the
bad.
one who doesn't have a leg to stand on too? I think he had legs.
Yeah, I think his name was Bob.
Oh, gosh. All right, see you guys all tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern.
Hot mannequin love is kinda uncanny. Click, like, subscribe, ooh, piece of candy. Looking for my spotlight, chasing my vibe. Still looking for my credibility online. Ooh, hot mannequin love, candy on the floor, don't pick it up. Chasing all the clicks, chasing all the views. Credibility's hiding, but I'm bringing you the news. Every little scroll is a mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go. Every little scroll is a mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go.